What's goody YTBC? What's good, fight fans, boxing heads around the world? B March with another boxing video. Somebody get into one of these videos, you already know, fights we didn't get to see series, you know what I mean? And this fight right here, man, this fight, man, I've always been pondering and thinking about this fight for many years, you know what I mean? And you know, I've always thought about when was a great time, when was the time for these two fighters to fight. And you know, I got two guys who were on the pound for pound list back in the 90s, and that's Ricardo Lopez. You know, at the time, Ricardo Lopez was a champion, and so was then the other guy I'm talking about is Michael Carbajal. You know what I mean? The American sweetheart, the guy who won a silver medal in the 1988 Olympics. Okay, a guy whose whole career was televised on TV. You know what I mean? Now you check it. This fight right here is between two guys who are, regarded as the greatest fighters, probably arguably the greatest fighters in their respective divisions. You know what I'm saying? The man Ricardo Lopez, I mean, this without a doubt, I think he's the greatest fighter ever to fight at strawweight, at the minimum weight. You know what I mean? 105 pounds. You check it? Okay, and we talking about him fighting against Michael Carbajal. All right, Michael Carbajal, who was what was he? He was a 108 fighter, you know what I'm saying? He was a light flyweight fighter. You check it? Now, this fight right here is a fight, you know, man, these two guys were great fighters. And the best time for these guys to fight, in my opinion, would have been somewhere like, I don't know. I'd say probably like 93, you know what I'm saying? 93. You check it. You see when the man Michael Carbajal beat Chiquita Gonzalez, Humberto Chiquita Gonzalez, in a fight of the year, not even fight of the year candidate, definitely fight of the year, 1993. And that same year when Michael Carbajal got the fighter of the year, 1993, I think that was the time Ricardo Lopez should have jumped at the opportunity to go ahead and fight this man, Michael Carbajal. You know what I'm saying? Now, Michael Carbajal was a guy who was promoted by Top Rank, you know what I mean? From the jump, he came in with Bob Arum, you know what I'm saying? And the man, Ricardo Lopez, he was a guy, Don King guy. You know what I'm saying? I was about to say Don Carlos. I was watching that Narcos last night, man. It almost got me saying Don Carlo, you know what I mean? I'm talking about Pablo Escobar. Nah, I'm talking about Don King. That was Ricardo Lopez promoter, okay? Now, you check it. This guy, Ricardo Lopez, man, like I said, hey, this guy had numerous defenses at what was it? At the 105 pound limit, you know what I'm saying? At minimum weight. You check it. This man had like 21 straight defenses. You know, that WBC title. You know, this guy, Ricardo Lopez, you know, he fought a lot of good fighters, you know what I'm saying? But in my opinion, I think what's his name? Michael Carbajal's resume is better than it's better than Ricardo Lopez, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit here and say Ricardo Lopez fought a lot of bums. No, you seen that fight he fought with the Nicaraguan Rosendo Alvarez. You check it. That was a great fight, you know what I mean? You check it. The first fight was, you know, they called it, I think, a draw because the man, there was a lot of cuts. I think accidental headbutt, you know what I'm saying? And they stopped it on cuts. But the second fight was a bloody, gory fight, too. Two little guys, 105 pounds, man. You know, some people think that the man, Rosendo Alvarez, beat him. But, you know, I always scored that fight for Ricardo Lopez, man. I thought he won. It was a close fight. I thought the 12th round was a decisive round, and he got it done, you know what I mean? You check it, you know, the man Ricardo Lopez, you know, the best names on his resume. He fought guys, you know, a lot of Asian guys like Saman Sarjatarang, you know what I mean? Manny Melka, you check it. You know, and these are guys he fought at 105, you know what I mean? And I also got to tell you guys that, you know, the man Ricardo Lopez was a champion from 1990, and also was Michael Carbajal. Both of them became champions in 1990. Carbajal got the WBC minimum title, and Ricardo Lopez got the WBC minimum title, and Carbajal got the IBF light flyweight title. Okay, 1990. But you know, this guy Ricardo Lopez stayed at that division from 1990 to no, from you know he from 1985. You check it till 1999. Now think about that. He was a champion from 1990 till 1999. You know what I'm saying? Before he moved up to 105 and he beat Will Grisby. You know what I mean? He beat Will Grisby, an African American out of what's it called? He's out of Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? You know, the man Will Grisby was the guy that Ricardo Lopez beat when he stepped up in weight, you know what I'm saying? And you know, Will Grisby was a two-time world champion, you know what I mean, at light flyweight. You check it? You know, a good fighter. So these some of the best names on his resume, you know. Um, you know, a lot of champions too, you know, but you know, guys we're not probably too familiar of unless you were following the flyweight divisions back in the day, you know what I'm saying? You check it. Now the guy Michael Carbajal, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, this guy was an Olympian from the 1988 Olympics, you know what I'm saying? And he got a silver medal, you know what I mean? But I think his resume is stronger than Ricardo Lopez. You check it? You know what I'm saying? The man, you know, he fought Will Grisby in his first fight of his career on TV. You know what I'm saying? When he got his first title, it was against Mungchai Kitakasim, you know what I'm saying? And that was a great fight, man. You check it against Kitakasim. That's the first title that he got in 1990, IBF title, you know what I mean? He fought Humberto Chiquita Gonzalez 3 times, you know, and you know I give him props for that. You know those. See, I think these names are better names than the guys on our Ricardo Lopez resume. You know, he also fought Melker Carb Castro. You know, a guy that Chiquita Gonzalez fought twice. You know what I'm saying? You check it, and you know he even came at the end of his career, man. He beat up a young Jorge Arce. You know, he ain't, you know, he knocked him down twice. A fight Jorge Arce was looking good in, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, he got caught twice. And, you know, Michael Carbajal was 31 years old. You see how he looks there in that picture. He was a younger guy. When he fought Jorge Arce, he was an older guy, you know. He looked like a Native American. You seen when he was you check it, them fellas was an older guy, man. This is a Michael Carbajal that you know that was an older guy when he fought Jorge Arce. You know what I'm saying? And Jorge Arce was like 21 years old. You know what I mean? You check it now. As far as styles, you know what I'm saying? Styles, I'll probably go with the man. You see, Michael Carbajal was a pressure fighter. You check it. He was a come forward fighter. Stupid power, you know what I'm saying? He had stupid power. You know, a guy who could take a punch, you could put him on the canvas, and he'll get back up. You know, he showed that against Chiquita Gonzalez, who dropped him twice in that first fight. You know what I mean? And he arguably, you know, I ain't mentioned, but he arguably Chiquita Gonzalez lost 2 of them fights. You know, they fought 3 times. You know, they had a trilogy. He arguably lost them another 2 fights to Michael Carbajal. I believe at least that last third one, I thought he won that fight, you know what I mean, in Mexico. You check it. Now, the man, you know, the man Chiquita Gonzalez, like I said, he fought Michael Carbajal in 1993. Now, as far like I was saying, styles, the man Michael Carbajal, you know, he was a guy who was more of a fighter, you know what I'm saying? He was a boxer puncher, a guy who could punch, yes, you know what I'm saying? And he could box in spurts, you know, but he's also a guy who, you know, who likes to fight, you know what I'm saying? And he takes chances and he takes risks, you know what I mean? You check it trying to land them, you know, them little hands of stone. That was his nickname, you know what I'm saying? A popular guy out of Arizona, you know what I'm saying? Big time, you know what I'm saying, guy out of Arizona who was a fan favorite, you know. His fights was always jam-packed. He was the first guy to be making $1 million as at them little weights, you know what I mean? And he was the first guy to make $1 million. You check it in the fight with Chiquita Gonzalez, a pay-per-view. Now, the man Ricardo Lopez, to me, I said, you know, he ain't fight as many great fighters, in my opinion, as um as Michael Carbajal, you know what I mean? But, you know, Ricardo Lopez, man, he was a great fighter, man. his skills, his skill set, I think was better than the man Michael Carbajal. You know what I mean? He definitely was a better mover, had better footwork and faster hands than Michael Carbajal, and definitely a way more accurate puncher. And that's what he would do. He was a boxer, and he would definitely catch you with accurate shots and have more times than many. Them accurate shots gonna put you on the seat of your pants. You know what I mean? You see that Asian guy right here, man. This guy, I think that was Jesus Chong. You know what I mean? And Ricardo Lopez is a guy who, I think he was a timely guy with his punches, and he knew when to get fellas out of there. You know what I mean? Now you would have thought that the man Michael Carbajal would have a higher punching percentage, KO ratio than the man Ricardo Lopez, but nah. Ricardo Lopez was definitely had a higher KO rate percentage. You know what I mean? I believe it was at like 72, while the man Carbajal's was at like 62. You know what I'm saying? So I think this fight, how it will go. I don't know if I can recall seeing the man Ricardo Lopez on the canvas, but I've seen Michael Carbajal on the canvas plenty of times. You know what I mean? And I think, man, this is one of the hardest fights I've had to do here on this on this fights we didn't get to see series. You know what I mean? Because I think Carbajal would have been the bigger guy, no question, if the man had to move up. And this fight, I think, should have happened in 1993 when Carbajal became the fighter of the year and had the fight of the year versus Chiquita Gonzalez. You know what I'm saying? I think Ricardo Lopez should have stepped up and said, "Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and fight one of the best pound for pound guys on the list." And at the time, Ricardo Lopez was like number 7 on the pound for pound list in 1993. At the end of 1993, while Michael Carbajal was number 4. You check it now. Ricardo Lopez, if he stepped up, you know what I'm saying, he would have been the smaller guy. He was also the smaller guy when he fought Rosendo Alvarez, you know what I mean? And I think, it would be a grueling fight, would be a lot of blood, you know what I'm saying? I could probably see Michael Carbajal probably dropping him, but, I think a guy like Michael Carbajal, who's a come forward guy, and I don't want to say he's a plotter, you know what I'm saying, but, doesn't have better footwork than Ricardo Lopez. I think Ricardo Lopez would be they're just straight off picking him off with shots, you know what I'm saying, with the jab. And while the man Carbajal's coming in, he's going to be caught with straight right hands, just like that. You see right there on the screen. Oh, you see that Ricardo Lopez, you know what I mean? He'd be catching him with those timely shots, you know what I mean? And he just straight overwhelm him with shots. And, I could see the man, no, definitely Ricardo Lopez. I'm going to pick him to probably stop the man Michael Carbajal, you know what I'm saying? I'll probably say he'll stop him probably in the 11th round, you know what I mean? In a tough fight, you know what I'm saying? Even though the man might be the bigger fighter, Carbajal, you know what I'm saying? I just think Ricardo Lopez accurate pinpoint shots would definitely hurt the man Carbajal, you know what I'm saying? So I think in this fight we didn't get to see, that's who I'm picking to win, Ricardo Lopez, He's a guy, you know what I'm saying? I never seen the guy lose, you know what I'm saying? He got a draw against Rosendo Alvarez, but, he was excellent, you know what I'm saying? One of the greatest Mexican fighters we've had of all time, you know what I mean? You check it, and this fight should have been made, you know what I'm saying? But Carbajal, even though he was very popular and Ricardo Lopez wasn't popular, you know what I'm saying? He was only popular amongst boxing purists, you know what I'm saying? The hardcores, you know what I mean? But here's another point I also wanted to mention before this vid runs out, you know what I mean? And that's what's it called? I think you see at that 108 division, you know what I'm saying? There was some great light flyweights. Carbajal, Chiquita Gonzalez, and the man Myung Yu Woo and Jungkoo Chang, you know what I'm saying? I think if all these 4 fighters, Jungkoo Chu, Myung Yu Wang, Carbajal and Chiquita Gonzalez, if they all fought each other like how the guys like the Fearsome Four of Hagler and them, and Hagler, Hearns, Duran, and Leonard, if they did that, man, that would have been great for boxing. We'd still be talking about it today, man. Them great light flyweights of the late 80s and early 90s, you know what I'm saying? I wish they did that, you know what I mean? But Don King was the promoter of Ricardo Lopez, and even Carbajal he was a top ranked guy, but he also went to Don King, you know what I'm saying, at a point in time. I think he went over there maybe hopefully trying to make a fight with Ricardo Lopez, but it didn't happen, you know what I'm saying? And, I think Don King should have made it happen, but, there wasn't that much money in them divisions back in the day like that. And, if one of them beat each other, then they probably wouldn't have many paydays for each other, for Ricardo Lopez or Michael Carbajal, you know what I mean? That's why Carbajal had the trilogy with Chiquita Gonzalez. So let me know in the comment section who you think gonna win this fight, all right? B Marsh Boxing, thanks for listening. Peace.